What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Turf and Pigs in the building. It is Monday. Yeah, March 23rd, 2026. There's a lot going on, man. It's a whole lot going on. As y'all know, Turf is all over the place, everywhere. We leaning on pigs today, ladies and gentlemen.
Flying. Time is flying.
It's flying, and we got to get this thing moving because there's some serious things that are starting to form. And we're gonna have to definitely get into it today. A few things that just popped up, but I'll wait to introduce those things further along in the show. But yeah, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing well. I'm just coming to terms with all the moves that were made, and it doesn't seem like anything's happened quite recently, but just kind of getting a feel for the team identity as it shakes out.
Yep, absolutely. I agree, man. I totally agree. There's a lot. I mean, we needed a lot, right? We needed a lot. There is a lot. It's I don't even know where you begin in terms of the latest news out and about. But what are your thoughts on where we are today, as far as before we get into anything that anybody else has heard or any of those things, right?
Right. As far as like what's standing out the most is that it seems like their coaches are just putting in the work. There's not a whole lot of noise coming out of the camp. They're kind of just diligently grinding away day to day and making the right transaction moves that keep the team young and kind of in line with a rebuild, even though it's kind of now taken a different turn. There's still that sense that they're sticking to the plan, which is a good sign for fans because that's not always been the case the past few years.
Tell me about it. I'm definitely curious to see what's the deal with Mr. Crosby, right? We all know it's not over, right? At least I don't think so. I don't see how it can be.
What's your odds breakdowns of Crosby staying or going?
I still have to stick with him leaving, unfortunately. I think it's just the return is too great. You know what I mean? I think that return is just something you can't.
2 firsts is, I mean, if you're getting a first next year, that's pretty nice as well. But 2 firsts this year, I would do that as well. I
would do it in a heartbeat. It's almost impossible, right?
Even with late firsts, like that gives a lot of flexibility for trade backs.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't think this debacle is over, and I think it's gonna sit for quite some time.
Where do you draw the line? Is it the draft or later?
Well, and that's the thing. Once you hit the draft, now all bets are off, right? if we know for a fact we're going in with Mendoza, I mean, I think you keep him all season. I don't think you'll get a 2 first-rounders next year for him. I just, we've got to hope and pray he makes it through the season. Things like that in order for this to make sense. And I don't know. It's just too many. There's too many caveats, too many variables that need to be met. And I just don't see that happening. But I really want to see Max go somewhere, where he can win. Let's be honest. Let's just where he can win, man.
At least get on the TV when the games are nationally televised weekly.
Exactly, when they matter. So
in playoff games, that's it's always a bit of a tragedy when a player has an otherwise Hall of Fame career, but then doesn't really have anything on the resume to back it up as far as championships or otherwise.
Correct. So, man, I'm getting upset. All right, we finally got a little bit of traction. Finally, we get to go to Chat Lives Matter. You guys know how Turf gets down. Man, we got Blossom Smith in the building. We got Mateo in the building. We got Packers 1466 in the building. We got BS Joe in the building. We got Sean. We got Bravo in the building. We got Titan Harper 14 in the building. And I mean, the people that always come through, man, the real true Raider Nation, fans of this team, man. We got Chewy's in the building, man. Shout out to my God, Chewy's Raiders coverage in the building. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. What it do, Turf? Man, we got Gunsmoke in the building. My dog, Gunsmoke. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope all is well. Hope you enjoy the show. Max is a dog, man. And Cuz is in the building. Apologize. Turf is always struggle streaming in some way, shape, or form, man. I can't get his comment up, but we might as well just say it. You know what I mean? Chat Lives Matter, and the comment is, what up, Turf? Why did we give up on Zeus? Big one. Why we give up on Zeus? What's your thoughts on Zeus just in general across the board? Yeah, let's start from there.
Yeah, I think he needs a fresh slate, a new start that's going to be healthy for his career and also for us as we try and establish a new identity. He was kind of a vision of McDaniels that just wasn't really able to be brought fully to light. He had his moment with AP as an intern head coach where he really, stepped up and looked like the best in the NFL. So those flashes are real. He put in the right position can totally be justifying a big contract, but I think expectations are such, set in stone here with the Raiders. People are not really expecting much from him. So that's a huge hole to climb out of.
It really is, man. I agree. I couldn't agree more. It's his style. First and foremost, I don't think he's a terrible back. I just don't. I don't think Zeus is a terrible back. I think he was just put in a terrible situation. He's a downhill runner. There's no flash, there's no wiggle, there's nothing special from that respect. But to be honest, he's kind of built like Janty in terms of, a tackle breaker, good goal line guy. Not somebody you're looking to see out the backfield in terms of, in pass routes or catching. I mean, he's decent in pass blocking, better than Janty. So, there are just some things, and that's the thing. He may go somewhere, and we may be the fools. We may be the ones crying, yelling in the background after he goes off. That could definitely be a running back, a Sam Darnold moment by way of running backs.
Do any teams pop out right away as a good landing spot for him?
You know who I thought would have been a good spot for him? And I think they've already picked somebody up, but the Detroit Lions. I think with him and Gibbs.
Yeah, because they just lost Montgomery or something
Correct.
like that. So
Correct.
They got to replace him. And White, honestly, fits pretty nicely into that backup role. It's just a matter of having the offensive line that's nasty and mean and able to open up obvious holes for him.
Correct. And a bruiser, right? You need that bruiser. You want to
Penny Sewell, yeah.
you want to give you want to give your guy a break in terms of Gibbs and not make him do all the hard work and preserve him somewhat. So I mean,
Gibbs is electric all game. So someone who can grind out the fourth quarter tough yards, that's where you're going to save the longevity of this season.
Yep, I agree. I totally agree. I really do think he's going to get picked up from somewhere else, though. And I really do think he's going to have a decent year. It just depends. I'm very curious to hear who takes a shot. But that's going to be his problem. Like, there's so much talent that you don't need to rewash. You know what I mean? I just hate to say it. It's just what it is. I mean, the league is the league. You get fresh talent all the time, and he's not going to be on a rookie contract, right? This is what, fourth, fifth year now, so he's a veteran. He's just got a lot of things working against him to where people are looking to, pay him that veteran minimum, have him taking a roster spot, and really not being the featured back. So,
well, it's got to be a culture fit. It's got to be a system fit. It's got to be across the board, kind of the right spot for him. And that wasn't the right spot here.
Not even close. So I haven't heard anybody, man. Anybody let us know. Is everything sounding good? Finally, for once, is Kirk completely through all of his technical issues and got the show rolling. I know that I still can't get all of the comments and so forth just yet. I know Instagram is still lacking, but it looks like TikTok is staying up. Shout out to all my TikTokers out there. We love y'all, man. Y'all definitely represent. It's quite a few in paying attention, so appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Do not forget to like and subscribe, right? Like and subscribe to the channel, and last but not least, hit the notification button. That's what's going to allow you to always know, when Turf is tripping. And I got 7:30 today, right? Thank you, Pigs. I appreciate you, buddy. Pigs is a trooper, man. He deals with me back and forth. We were supposed to go at 6 o'clock, then it came 6:30, then it came 7. It's just a lot going on. So
that's life. That's life.
Exactly. Life does that to you. But yeah, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. So we might as well keep diving on in. What's the next topic you want to talk about? What's on your mind right now?
Well, I think it'd be a good time to kind of glance over the Tom Brady topic. He's someone who's so relevant to the team, and he's been up to a few things, so might as well weigh in on it.
Absolutely. What's going on with Mr. Tom?
Yeah, so Brady's been called upon to put the spotlight on flag football, and he's kind of been the standout player of these tournaments that have been on running with NFL players and flag football players, and kind of showing the gap and skills that's needed for flag football.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, we got the Olympics coming up, so this is all kind of leading up to that.
Right, and that's where it all is kind of coming from, if you will, in terms of, the publicity, the promo, the marketing, right? And then obviously Tom Brady being the face of this, the GOAT, the face of the NFL. I find it very intriguing. I think it's a segue. Call me crazy, but I think it's a segue. I think you are seeing the beginning of the end of what we loved our entire lives. I'm just going to be honest. It's truly what I believe. I believe that, at the end of the day, 20, 30 years from now, it's going to be, the rhyme and reason of what owners built in terms of this team and robots. And there will not be humans running into each other, having car crashes every single down. In the future, if you will. I really think that's where we're going, and what you're going to see is a speed show. You're going to see a lot of flag and guys with speed, and the game as we know it'll be over. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but it's just the facts. See
football's an extremely violent sport, and it does take a toll on one's longevity, and CTE is real. All these things are very inconvenient for corporations to be able to get behind without the liabilities that come along with it.
Yep.
So inevitably, flag football opens up the door to a huge swath of companies looking to market their products alongside the NFL brand, but they have to create like a side hatch to make that channel possible.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. Man, my dog is in the building. Mr. Bo, appreciate you for coming through, my dude. Hope you enjoy the show. Topic: which returning player or players do you expect to improve solely due to scheme changes on offense and defense? What an amazing question, bro. Seriously, that is a kick-ass question. I'll let you go first, man. Unless you want me to, I keep putting it on you. So,
I'll kick it off, and then you can kind of take it from wherever I leave it off. I think the defensive line has suddenly become a force to be reckoned with, even though we don't necessarily have the personnel stepping in to each slot. We're going to probably draft a few guys. The 3-4 now allows players to be more hidden in their attacks.
Yeah.
So that's going to put more pressure on the offensive line needing to block in order to make the right reads. And if they don't, they can be punished. So that opens up the door to our athletes. Guys like Tonka Hemingway, who's a little bit lighter, but, is a true football player. He's someone who could eat in this system.
Yes.
Especially in the chaos. He gets lost in the fold and can work through garbage and traffic and find the quarterback. So look for Tonka Hemingway, someone like that, to step up.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm hoping they keep it simple, if you will, in terms of letting these young guys, right, play fast. That, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things you want to see from young guys. It's that good old adage saying, right, if you're going to make a mistake, make it at 100 miles per hour, right, make it at 100%. And I think simplicity and getting guys grounded first will do exactly what you're saying, Pigs, and give them the ability to, play fast and not have to think. Anybody that's been around, man, you absolutely know, as far as playing the game, if you're out there thinking, you can forget about it. You're not going to be playing your best football. I don't care what position you're at. The only person that has to really, truly think like that, in my opinion, is the quarterback. Everybody else should basically be more so reactive, right, than having to think quickly like a quarterback and reading through progressions and so forth. I think running back instincts, right, there's just a lot of things, but yeah, it's where I'm at with it, man.
And your emphasis on the quarterback basically being the timer for the offense, that necessitates the defense then being able to collapse the pocket, and that in the 3-4 is going to put a huge, incredible burden on our defensive tackle and the ends beside him in order to generate pressure right up the middle and allow the blitzing linebackers to feast.
Yeah, we just unlocked the athleticism, versatility, and abilities of guys that are really truly superhumans. Honestly, I mean, in their positions, these guys have made it to this point, right? Particularly our linebacking core now. I think we're now talking about having one of the best linebacking groups in the NFL. Not just top 10, not just top 5. We are
exciting.
Best in the NFL. Shout out to my dog John Leon in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy this show. Salute Nation. I am excited for that. I do want to continue to state patience, right? I'm being very patient. I'm actually not optimistic, right? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not optimistic. I'm even keel. It's right. I'm from the show me state. I really want to see these guys get out there and really show what they have. Again, another reason why I want things to be basic. I want things to be foundational. That's what's gonna allow these coaches to see what they have too, right? Trying to put, I think that was one of the drawbacks in terms of your boy McDaniels, right? Josh McDaniels. That's one of his issues. He gets the talent, but then when he has the talent, he's too busy trying to force feed them what he wants instead of using that talent for what they are and using his system accordingly. I mean, you just saw it with one of the best running backs of that draft last year, and that's Henderson. So
Travion, yeah.
Travion Henderson. I mean, come on, guys. How does that kid not get the ball 15 times in the Super Bowl?
Well, it would have put more stress on the defense. The defense would have been on their heels if he was running.
And, everyone's going to say, well, hey, it's Josh McDaniels, it's his system. So stop being complicated, man. That's the mark of a true coach, man, a true, coordinator, things of that nature. At least that's how I feel, man.
They often say your success over time becomes a challenge in the sense that once something works for you, it's difficult to then be willing to adapt and shift away from what had worked previously in the past. And someone like McDaniel, so much success that he now has to overcome in order to be adaptable, especially live in game when circumstances are changing and it requires being adapted. He just wasn't doing it, and neither was Pete Carroll for that matter.
Right,
things that needed to be done differently weren't being done differently.
Not
stuck in our old ways.
Yes, exactly. Scott Bowe, I hope you're right. The last time we ran a 3-4, Tyler Brayton and Grant Irons played outside linebacker. That had to be horrible. As you can see, the cursing comes after the fact. Yes, that was probably a rough one. Who was the coordinator on that?
It sounds like it would have been a true 3-4. And
yeah, it would have had to have been. It would have had to be. And I mean, is that what we're going to play here?
I can't imagine it. No, we've got to be more unaccounted for, like moving through formations, so right. Less predictable.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with the talent we have too on top of it. I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice trying to stay into anything traditional, right? Use what you have. That's why you get them, man. You get the players that are available, right? You get the best available player. And then as you pick up these best available players, that's what kind of dictates how you do things, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that hopefully Rob Leonard kind of being more of a green coach will allow him to be flexible in that regard. Right. Not being stuck to trying to run a system and force everyone into it, but willing to adapt because of his youth.
And that's going to be an interesting thing to see, right? What kind of coach is he going to be? Is he the guy that, right, wants to, throw his weight around? He's the big man on campus now, where he's more inclusive. Is he a player's coach? I lean towards more of a player's coach from what I've heard, from what I've seen. And I'm not going to lie, I'm expecting a badass defense. He's been around some of the best in the business, including one of my favorites, Patrick Graham. Shout out to Patrick Graham. Waterbury CT on me. Yeah, I'm going to miss him. I think he's going to get a good shot at head coach at some point. A lot of people don't agree with me, but it's all good. We'll see.
I'm sure Rob Leonard was taking notes throughout his exposure to all the coaches above him, especially Patrick Graham, due to the length of their relationship where they were working directly together. That's going to be a huge part of his DNA, is Patrick Graham's.
Absolutely. And, I mean, it fits. It fits. I mean, as far as a lot of the philosophies of defense that he's been around, outside of Patrick Graham as well, it all kind of fits. So I'm psyched to see what he puts together for us.
Yeah. The expectations are definitely a little bit higher, just because of our belief that the defense should be the part of the team that wins the championship. So we're kind of expecting them to be a little more authoritative in the identity aspect of the team.
Right. So going on with the theme of Scott's question, as far as, right, what are we expecting based on these new schemes? I'll start on the offensive side. Ashton Jeanty better run his ass off. I better see 1,400 yards a minimum. 1,400 yards. 1,400 yards minimum. I don't even care about touchdowns. I want 1,400 yards, and that's just rushing. I'm not talking about anything outside of that. Yes, I absolutely want to see him in the passing game. I want to see him everywhere. He needs to be in every down back being drafted at number 6. There are no more excuses. I don't think he had any excuses last year. How many running backs have you seen elite come out, kill it, didn't matter what kind of offensive line they had? Didn't need to, wait to see the it factor.
That 1,400-yard benchmark that you've set up, wouldn't that be satisfactory if it were all-purpose yards, like split between rushes and catches?
Nah, not for me. Not for me with him at 6. Not for me. I mean, again.
Because it's still a big impact.
No, that's a big impact, but I got a question for you. What was Josh Jacobs? Right? He wasn't pick 6. He absolutely produced.
We didn't put him in a lot of pass catching situations early in his career, which was kind of dropping the ball schematically on our part because I think he was capable. He just got put in a box.
Very capable, exactly. I'm curious as to see why Green Bay isn't doing it a little bit more as well. Maybe these guys know more than we do. Maybe he's not confident. I don't know.
He caught a few big passes.
Yeah.
He even caught a touchdown that was pretty impressive. So the flashes are there. But
I would use him more. He definitely had the ability to be the best running back of all time for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it is unfortunate. I do feel bad for the fans, particularly his fans. I was a fan of his. I didn't like the way he left. Right? We all had our feelings on how things were left. Right?
Yeah, it didn't have to be that way. It could have been different, but that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. So, and hey, our organization, unfortunately, is par for the course. That's the dysfunction we still have. It doesn't just go away overnight. I mean, as you can see, we've fired how many coaches in the last 20 some odd years? Doesn't go away overnight. This is going to be something that takes time. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think Ashton Janty should have a big year, big time. I mean, overnight, big time. He should definitely have me having to talk about him every week and tucking my tail. Seriously.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice.
That would be awesome for me to have to eat some humble pie. Talk about how I know running backs, right? All of that good. Oh, it would be so great. Yeah, it would.
Breaking down his highlight tape. Yeah, that would be all right.
And that's going to be something I do for sure this year. I'm having my running back moment this season coming up every Tuesday. I'm going to hash something out. Again, like I say, at this point, I don't care how it goes. It's going to be one of my particular segments because I do enjoy it. I do watching running back. I do love watching running backs. The instincts, the abilities,
It's the game within the game, and they certainly can drive the game forward into the victory category. So a lot to appreciate when it comes to running backs.
Right. So John has a question for us. We talked about it briefly at the beginning, but this can actually still stick with the same sentiment of how this player is going to play. But hey, can we still trade Crosby just before the draft? I think it will have to happen before the draft. If it does not happen before the draft, John, I don't see it happening. I don't see anything happening mid-season. It's possible, right? A team might see something or injuries just like that year. We actually thought he was going to go to Detroit when Hutchinson broke his leg, right? That's when we just knew it was time to pick him up. But they didn't. I don't know what. That was Detroit's window. I'm sorry, Detroit. That used to be my side piece. I'm sorry, Detroit. I think y'all missed your window. You missed your coaches. Now you're searching for both offensive and defensive coordinators. You got a terrible quarterback in Goff. Yeah, I know. I'm a hater.
They still got the running back.
I know they got Gibbs, man. I love Gibbs. He might. Well, I mean, you got to be. It's so
Is,
much talent.
is he generational, Surf? Would you say put him in that
Gibbs,
category?
100%. I think Gibbs will end up being generational, and it's going to be the speed, man. I think it's going to be the speed. I don't know if he stays in Detroit, right? I don't know if that's going to be a piece that gets dealt because they just can't afford him in, right? At some point, makes sense to get a rookie, but
He has benefited from their strong offensive line play,
yes,
and at least the balanced passing game. Like, it's not dominant, but it's balanced.
well, I think it was just the scheme in general across the board. I think we are witnessing the real truth about Ben Johnson, right? Because, I mean, come on, let's keep it a beam. Nobody expected Chicago to do what they did. No one thought that.
Yeah.
And Ben proved us wrong there. Just have to be honest.
No, Chicago made a lot of good personnel moves, especially on the offensive lines, that really catapulted them forward.
Yes. So yeah, John, I think he has to be traded before anything after. We're not going to get the value we should.
Yeah.
So this at this point, you just keep him for life. You were going to have him for life anyways. You know, we were just putting him on layaway. For you old timers that know what that is, right? I don't even know if they do that anymore. But yeah, I think he stays. I think he's, unfortunately for him, stuck as a Raider, and I don't know if we're going to get one before he's ready to retire, man. How many more years do you think Max has? You know.
Well, lucky for him, defensive ends can stick around a lot longer than, say, a defensive back for the most part. I could probably see him getting to 35 and still contributing to a champion football effort.
Right.
Like almost like a Strahan did towards the end of his time.
And that is my problem right there, because what I give him is that window, and I think that's where it ends for us. I think we may be there by year 5. And I mean, some people may think I'm crazy. That's way too far out. I think you need a foundation. You have to have the ability for a superstar, let alone somebody major in your, cog, get hurt and somebody pick up and make it work. And I just don't think we have that.
Strahan had several guys behind him who were feasting, and he was having to play at a high level, but the guys behind him were meeting him at that high level. So
very formidable. So and then the other thing too, right? Another great question: does he fit the scheme? I mean, that sounds crazy. We're talking Max Crosby. Like, since when wouldn't Max fit any scheme? But the reality is, in the 3-4, you're not sticking your hand in the dirt like you have been in the past. What's your thoughts on Max in the 3-4?
Well, Pete Carroll gave him the opportunity to do a lot of dropbacks this previous season, so at least he has some experience there. I don't know if it's playing to his strong suit necessarily, but I think that will be mixed coverage enough that even if we aren't getting all his snaps at his strength, at least he's getting at least a big chunk of it, like over 60% out of his strength position. And you know what? Maybe that's for the best, because he's been getting hurt year after year. So
right.
Maybe coming off the field here and there wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Right. No. And Scott, shout out to Scott. This is spot on. I mean, hey, look, you guys know I've always been a glass half full kind of guy, but now I'm glass half empty. I gotta make this front office and establishment make some things happen. But it doesn't have to take that much time. This time last year, we were all saying, right? We were all saying the Seahawks traded DK, traded Geno, cut Lockett. They're in for a long rebuild. Turns out we were all dead wrong. You're absolutely right, Scott. 100% correct. If there's anybody that can say something about having a rebuild and actually it doing something for you in record time, it would be the Seattle Seahawks. I mean,
well, the thing that stands out right about the Seahawks is that they have the elite defense. They were top 10 prior to all those changes. And those changes, like, Gino, like we were already seeing the addition by subtraction element of that. So
correct, and they were ready. They were prepared. They were prepared for their Mendoza, if you will. Hence them going out and getting the guy they knew they could put stock in, and that's Sam Darnold, and it paid off. Drafted.
Yeah. And they put a few great drafts together with their top picks working out, like Witherspoon.
That Witherspoon pick.
Gray Zabel, like they've got players that I think the Raiders would have been happy with as far as like being tone setters.
Yes, and then shout out to my MSU brethren, man. They got one of their safeties.
The big guy.
He's right FCS series player. I mean Super Bowl champ now. Yes, ex-Bobcat. So
well, he's during our mock draft last week when I drafted McNeil Warren. That was kind of fitting that similar role of the big safety hybrid linebacker, which is seemingly very relevant these days in the NFL.
Yep, absolutely. We got Scott again. Appreciate you for coming through, for real, Scott. I got to get you back on the show, man. Maybe tomorrow. I gotta see. I got a tough schedule. I am going tomorrow. I missed last week, but I'll have you back on the show, man. Max always talked about the Raider organization has been first class in everything. First time he tries to go somewhere else, look how he was treated. Gain perspective about non-financial benefits. Yeah, man. Believe it or not, in my opinion, our front office is still a mess. They still have no experience. None of them are proven. They're flying by the seat of their pants. That's why Turf's glass is half empty. That's why I'm no longer this optimistic. Yeah, we're going to win 7 games. No, we'll be lucky to win 5-6 games this year. And that's going to be a combination of a lot of things. See, I like you said, Pigs. The Seahawks had a lot already set. I mean, having one of the best defenses in the league, you can get away with a lot. So, I mean, we're just not there. We're not anywhere close on either side of the ball in terms of having a great anything.
In the Super Bowl, Turf, did you think their offense was dominating or taking control of the game? No, the defense was constantly putting up a brick wall, and making it impossible to be beat.
And to their defense, they were playing the number 2 defense in the league. I mean, obviously your offense is going to have issues when you're playing that type of defense, as in, right? The Broncos. I know everyone's going to put it on Stidham and all this other stuff. Dude, I don't think.
No, the Broncos were a defensive team.
Exactly.
All the way.
I don't think.
Even with Nick's confidence was able to be high and play at a high level because he trusted in the team.
Correct. I agree. So, I don't know, man. You know, Max, I don't know, man. I love the guy. I want him to retire a Raider. I want to put him on layaway so he actually has a chance to get some real hardware. Hopefully Scott's right? And, you know, we don't need 5 years, but that's where I'm at with it, guys. I am very patient now. I'm not looking for anything exciting, if you will. Maybe we'll get lucky and have made it to the, wild card out of these next 2-3 years.
Hey, I'm happy with wild card appearances.
I'm happy with anything that's even talking about those numbers, but my expectations are very, very low. I'm 5 to 6 wins max. And if we draft Mendoza, I'm leaning more towards 5. Just telling you the truth. Without Max being traded. If we trade Max and we get some pieces, right? Because you got to remember, Max is going to qualify your 4 guys. You're getting 4 guys from Max. If those guys hit, I don't think we'll need 5 years. But that's the caveat for me. Anyways, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trading Max, you're hoping to at least bring in guys who are potentially day one starters. If it's in the first round and you make good selections, obviously easier said than done. But we trust what Spytek's been doing so far. So I would trust him with those draft picks.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and again, I'm not completely sold. I'm not completely sold on him just yet because of what he did to me last year. In terms of the lack of free agency moves. And maybe they were doing that to gear up for this year. Who knows what the rhyme to reason was. I would love to get more insight on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I really would.
It felt like last year was Tom Brady's meddling affair.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he come in the room and stink it up and leave and be like, it wasn't me. Like, yeah. I didn't do that.
Yeah. And I think Max is the kind of guy that even if that did happen, wouldn't tell everyone that's why he was leaving. He would, leave and under mysterious terms kind of blame the his spiritual guru, which made no sense. Like
right.
Tom's henchman.
Absolutely. We got another great one from Scott. The Broncos are this year's fall back to earth team. They won't win that many one-score games again. Do you think Waddle was worth it for the team? Dude, I think that was absolutely nuts. And don't get me wrong, after doing a little bit more digging, pause. Yeah, I mean, Waddle's an exceptional guy. I mean, minus last year, I mean, he put together 2 back-to-back seasons that can probably be up against anyone. So I can kind of understand the sentiment, but my issue is he's been hurt. I don't know if he's played a full season. Yes, he's not really had a quarterback, right? He's definitely got the speed. I'm not giving up a number one for a wide receiver. That's never happening in Turf's world. And if it is, it's got to be Jerry Rice.
I didn't realize he was so short. Waddle's only 5'9".
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, don't get me wrong.
30-inch arms.
Yeah,
that's a small target to throw
he's
to.
Fast. He's Olympic fast. That's the thing. And I mean, you look at his record in terms of what he's produced. I mean, granted, he's had Tyreek on one side, right? He's had a whole track team, which again, I mean, It depends on how you look at it, but I don't know. I'm just not paying that much. There's no way. There's no way. A second, I'm nervous.
Guys, the wide receiver position's getting paid astronomically right now. Like JSN Jackson Smith, Jigba just got 160 plus million. So
oh my God.
40 million a year, basically. Yeah,
and someone had a nerve to say Trey Tucker was licking his chops. I'm like, man, there's no way. There's no. As much as I would love to have paid, you got to produce to do that. I mean, look, the kid literally put up the best numbers in the league. And I think he's on pace to, right? He's dealing with freaking Jerry Rice numbers right now.
Yes, true superstar kind of thing.
True superstar. It's very different. That you're going to pay that price. And I mean, did he miss a game? I don't think he's had injury.
He does a lot. They ask him to do a lot in that offense, moving around constantly.
And he gets it done. He gets it done. And in big fashion. Big fashion. So I think kudos to him, right? Sam Darnold got his money, so he's got his man too. It'll be interesting to see what the backfield looks like. I think they won't skip a beat losing to the Chiefs.
Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth
Well,
Walker.
if they could get like a Price, someone in the draft who's a little more high end, they might be smooth sailing.
Right. Nope, I agree. Let's see. Here we go. Scott, wait a second here. You just said that the front office is flying by the seat of their pants, and now you're both saying trust SpyTech with a bunch of draft picks. I've seen me back that up. I had to backtrack it because you know what he did to me, and
yeah, we kind of assumed that he was placating Tom Brady, Pete Carroll. Like he's now more in control this season.
And I've already admitted that I thought Coupon Tom did way better his first year in terms of his draft.
He killed it. Yeah,
he murdered it. I mean, the only thing he messed up was not at least trying to get a quarterback. I think that sealed his deal, especially after hearing what AP had to say about that whole situation. That definitely had some merit, I think, in terms of why he caught the axe, because it was obvious paying Minshew and that whole debacle just across the board wasn't worth it.
No, it forced our hand. We then ended up having to play him and say he was the true earned starter when it was, in a lot of people's eyes, kind of contested and not as clear cut.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people, including myself, believe that AP wanted to rock with what got him there, and that was AFC.
Yeah. Oh, I 100% agree with that position.
Right, but there were 15 million reasons that
it became kind of political over time.
That money needed to be put to work per Mark Davis. And I don't blame Mark Davis on that. You can't have me go spend this money and now you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, not playing him. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. So, I mean, hey, shout out to Lesko, man, Coupon Tom. You did a great. He's not a GM, right? He's out of the league.
Oh no, he is now. I think he is.
Where is he? I gotta look.
You want me to look it up? Or you can look it up. Pique your curiosity. I think he's with someone now. Maybe not in an official role, more like advisory, but he's with an organization.
He was fired. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's with anybody. Previous tenure, yeah, current status. Took a job as a radio host for Sirius XM. Shout out to Coupon Tom. It's no longer.
He's a radio host?
Yeah, Sirius. ESPN. Yeah. Wow.
I could have swore I heard that he was affiliated with a team, but I'm not seeing it now.
Nah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I think, again, like I said, he kind of sealed his fate. Everyone knew that quarterback situation was dire. It was a definite, you got to get that right. Even if it was a bridge gap quarterback. I don't know why that came about. I don't understand why Minshew came about. I don't know.
Yeah, not a high upside selection, and really it seemed more like entertainment value for appeasing away fans. Right. Everyone knew who Minshew was from Minshew Mania, and like the hotels liked his cool kind of look put on poster boards, as compared to O'Connell, maybe not as cool for selling hotel tickets.
Right. Yeah, definitely not as cool. But I don't know, man. I SpyTech, and this is a great draft. This is a great draft, man. The talent in this draft is real. No quarterbacks, but quarterbacks are next year.
No, there's a lot to work with at many positions, just not quarterback, but depends on what you're looking for, because there are some high upside quarterbacks. They just are dice rolls.
Correct. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens to this year's quarterbacking group. I really truly believe that the winner, if you will, right, the best QB of this draft coming up, it's not going to be anybody that anybody thought. If there's even one that comes out of this class, right? That's the other reality, right? There's not every draft creates anything worth discussion, even a good long-term solid backup, because I'm not so sure that Mendoza can do that. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think his talent is going to translate like everyone thinks. I just don't.
And if first overall, that's a huge issue, making that selection. And during our mock draft last week, we ended up taking Ty Simpson in the second round, which is kind of the perfect spot for a quarterback.
Perfect! Dude, I don't think it got any better, and I'm curious to see how a lot of other drafts pan out in terms of that, because he's a guy I'm curious of.
Yeah, he's got that risk element in the sense that he didn't put out a ton of games, but the games that he flashed at such a high level, you can see translatable traits.
Correct.
It's just he fell off at the end of the year, and that scares a lot of teams. And makes it justifiably a second-round pick. Like, you have the upside potential, but he's not checking all the boxes, so a little bit of risk there, which is kind of what we want as far as having guys come in and competing for that job and working alongside maybe talent that's even better than them.
Yep. Shout out to our guy, Crazy Guy 8. W Bears. Appreciate you for coming through, my dude. I hope you enjoy the show. You missed it, man. We were talking about your team a little bit earlier. Yeah, you guys are going to be something to reckon with. I think this year, I'm scared. I mean, what position do they draft? I'm curious. Like that, the Bears have a team, ladies and gentlemen. That's a team. I don't know what they got for that trade in terms of the wide receiver they shipped out the door, which I thought they won that trade off the top of my head. What's that receiver they got rid of? You know what I'm referring to?
Yeah, they got someone in the second round.
No, they gave up. They gave somebody up.
They traded Moore.
Yes,
yeah.
I think they won
Buffalo.
What'd they get back for that? They got something.
I think like a high pick.
I believe they won that trade. I think
maybe like a second round pick.
They traded him at the absolute right time. Perfect timing, I would say. And I think they got back value. That team is real, man. I think the Bears definitely are on to something. They have the head coach to do it. They clearly turned it around. I think their schedule is going to permit it. They got everything going in the right direction, right? They're getting another place to play. I think one glaring issue is their defensive line. They need some edge and defensive tackle. And it's all in this
maybe draft. Even a linebacker now because they lost Tremaine Edwards.
Right, but it's all in this draft. That's my point. It's all in this draft.
Lines up.
They can pick all of that up in this draft and not skip a beat. I'm curious as to what they did. You should be telling us, what'd you do, Crazy Guy, as far as free agency? What moves did you like or not like in terms of the Bears? The Bears are low key. I'm side eyeing the Bears, man. I don't.
They got my guy Kyle Manunga.
Yeah. They don't have. I don't have a side piece right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, last year I was rocking with. Who was I rocking with? The Eagles last year. The year before that, it was the Lions. So I gotta find a side piece this year. I don't know who just yet. I don't know, but the Bears are definitely. I'm warming up to, NFC. Got to keep it in the NFC.
Scott confirmed that it's a second that they traded for, which is a good value.
That is great value. Bro, you can get a number one wide receiver in the second draft, like Dutch, like we did. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, Scott, because you're right. That's who made that choice. Who made that choice, Pigs?
Yeah, maybe Pete Carroll. We'll chalk that up to Pete Carroll.
Battery acid. I want whoever made that choice to drink battery acid.
He's gotta prove himself. That's for sure.
He's got the largest mountain to climb I've ever seen of any player. I put him behind Lauby.
Oh snap!
Yeah. I understood the Lauby pick when they picked him. I'm not going to say I liked it or thought it was going to amount to anything, but this Jack Best pick just has me all turned up inside out.
Labby was a late pick, wasn't he? He was like sixth round or something like that.
But that's the, I mean, that's the same, that's the same value I see. I know that sounds terrible, but I just don't see what people see in Bash. I don't see it. Even in college, I mean, yes, he balled, but it was college. It was the Big 12, TCU. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
His game is kind of bully ball, so that's yeah, we still need to see it.
I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Like you said, we'll have to see. But that's an interesting situation for those guys. I think they'll turn around and do exactly what you said. Probably shore up that defense. They'll find.
Yeah, the depth in the draft is pretty real at defensive end and tackle.
I think
they could easily find guys in like mid rounds, even early round. Like they'll probably throw something at the top and the middle.
Yeah, because I mean, what do they need offensively? Williams has all of his weapons. He doesn't need any more weapons. I mean, sure, you might find somebody, straggling. But
the Bears, like they pick like late in the first, around 24, something like that. Remember they traded with us in our mock draft from
right.
25 to 24, something like that.
Right.
So they could potentially take a McDonald or a Woods, someone that falls kind of later into the late first.
Yep.
Because as we said, Woods makes sense there. It's just the disruption factor is real.
Right. No, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Well, speaking of mock drafts, what do you say we have one today?
I love a mock draft, so yeah, I'm totally down.
Mock draft it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me pull this screen up. You get a treat today. What a treat. Mock draft time. All right, let me see if I can fit this. Get this stuff on the screen a little bit better. Give turf a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's why. Hold on 1 second. Let me get that out of the way for our vertical people.
Sir, can you see the beverage that I got today?
John C. What is rye whiskey? That's an old fashioned maker right
there. Yeah, Sleeman and Sons.
Yeah, nice.
Old school.
Yeah.
It's pretty phenomenal, actually. I'm quite impressed.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get back on my drinks. I believe it or not, Turf is on water. Man, Turf is I'm all over the place, man. It's a lot going on, but yeah, I can't wait to get back to my stash, if you will, when I have some time here. 1 second, let me get the live chat moved over so it's not in the way of anything. There we go. All right. Let's see who we are. All right. Fast speed, 7 rounds. Are we ready? All right.
Let's go.
And we are off. Immediately, effectively. There's no way we're passing this up. I don't care what. I don't care how many. This is insane. This doesn't even make sense. No one's doing this.
It's a lot of value.
No one's doing this. That's the problem with this. Who would do this?
Well, the Jets would, because they have the media market. They would feel the pressure to do that.
Dude, they're giving up this year. They're giving up 2 first-rounders this year, an early second-rounder, and a next-year second-rounder. There's no way I'm passing this up. I don't want to see anything else.
Yeah, pull the trigger on that.
Well, we got it. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of them. See, this one, we're not entertaining it. We'll be here all day trying to not entertain. Hey.
We did that last time.
Hey, look at this one. You're getting 3. It's the same thing.
No, it's
Wow.
great value. I would say the Jets or the Browns. They're both
And
kind of easy
you're
picks.
getting a first in 2027. I didn't think you could get. This is better. This is better. I didn't think it could get any better. I guess the value offered, they're saying it's not. But I don't see how you're getting a first rounder instead of a second rounder next year. How do you not take that? And just for giggles, we'll see what. What? Yo! I don't understand. Even this. But the value, I don't understand how the value is being determined. Because in my opinion, there are 3 amazing trades right here. Absolutely amazing. Am I wrong? Like, what?
No, those are all favorable for us. The one that obviously stands out the most is obviously the Jets, just because I think you could then parlay that number 2.
16 and that 16 pick. That's just major.
Yeah, you could easily trade back out of those picks because someone's going to want Reese at 2.
For sure. 100%. 100%. Shout out to John Leon. Great question. Would you trade Crosby for 2 second rounds at this point? Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. I'd be crying. Nope.
A first and a second I would do. 2 seconds is kind of pushing it.
Nah.
There would need to be some more added to a player, some
like
other picks.
33 and 34. Yeah, it'd have to be high.
Some high seconds,
Yeah. And I
first and a second.
I hear you, Scott. So Scott's he's on the Mendoza train. He's on the Mendoza train. I don't know. We are not. We're not going to harp on it, but we're going to take this one, right? Uh-oh. TikTok. 1 second. My TikTok people. All right, I got them. All right, so we're going to accept this New York pick. I mean, we have to at this point. You know they're going Mendoza. That is so wild. So now we have 3 more trade offers. I immediately don't like this one at all. For our second pick, our number 2 pick, we're getting 6, 24, and 39.
I mean, that's decent value. 2 first-round picks.
It is.
And you're only dropping back a couple of spots.
Right, and a good second. I agree. It's just
what else is on the board? Just that? Oh, a couple more.
We got Miami's giving us 2 firsts, not so good second, and 2027 second and third. I don't like it.
It's still the Browns, still the better option.
Tennessee.
Oh, that's pretty good. 4?
That's very good. They want our 219th pick though.
Okay, so it's just kind of what do you want in the top 10, basically 4 or 6, and what kind of players will be there at those respective spots.
Right.
We got Sonny Styles last time at 6, which I thought was incredible value.
Exactly. So what you want to do?
Oh, it's up to you. If we go back to 6, we're obviously going to be seeing who falls to us, basically.
Correct.
At 4, you have your choice, basically, of who you want. So it's either we take somebody who falls to us, or we're more proactive in our selection.
I would say we take somebody who falls to us. The reason being,
I would agree. Yeah, play the BPA game.
Yeah, so we're going with the Browns.
I would pull the trigger on the Browns.
Browns it is. Hey, we at 6.
Oh, okay.
I would take this.
Yeah, there's great players on the board, regardless.
That's another 1 spot. And
whoever they take, I think you're happy with.
208, I would absolutely take this in a heartbeat. We have another trade offer, though. Wow. Not doing it, though. Too far down. 19. Too far down, right?
Yeah, it's pretty far. And we already have a pick now kind of in the mid.
Correct. So I would take
7 and 71.
I would take this. We're giving up
Yeah,
6 and
yeah. I'm still happy with Tate, Styles, Maui Noah, Downs, Tyson. Like all those names are good. So I
Absolutely.
might as well keep trading down.
Absolutely. Except, we got one trade. One trade. I don't like it. Mm-mm. I don't
Those
like
are
it.
pretty far. So it's the guys on the board. It looks like,
Yeah.
which all these guys are pretty favorable
All right, we're gonna reject
at
it.
this spot.
Yep, we're gonna reject it. All right.
You got your true blue chips, Downs and Styles.
That
You got
is
your
why.
solid rock offensive tackle and Maui Noah.
That's who I would
You
honestly.
got the upside number 1 wide receiver in
Yeah,
Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah. I'm a glut. Yeah, I would go with the lineman. I know it's.
Maui Noah.
I mean, what you want to do?
He's projected to play guard, so it's kind of like, do you project him to be guard in our system? And if he fits that, then that makes sense.
I mean, we got JPJ at one side of guard. We lost Parham at the other side, but we still also have our center, ex-center now, because we got a new center, and he's going to play guard where he was actually better. So
I kind of feel like to keep this draft interesting, maybe let's not do the same pick as last time. We went Styles last time, so
No,
let's
I agree.
go a different direction. I'll kind of throw my 2 cents out there, and then you can make the selection. I think having a true number 1 is
yeah, I
pretty
would take
near
Tyson.
impossible.
I would take Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson represents that true number 1 to me.
Yeah.
More so than Tate, more so than the other guys,
Correct.
Casey and
No,
Lemon.
I
So
agree. I agree. So we
obviously there's a little risk there, but I'm willing to take that on.
Yep. So we take him.
Let's rock with it.
Jordan Tyson, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders, baby. All right, so we are being offered a trade yet again. 16 for 18. Swapping 134 this year for second round next year.
It's interesting, but we still got Downs on the board, do we? Caleb Downs?
Yeah, he's still there.
So, yeah, they should be throwing the bag at us right now. But
because they need a safety.
that's a blue chip player. Like,
Yes.
unless we're getting a huge stacked in our favor offer, I think we take the blue chip.
I agree. Seattle, way too far down. No, I wouldn't do it.
No.
We need a
No.
play.
We need talent and we need BPA, and there's no way Downs falls to this far. But with the option there, like you kind of take them.
Yeah, we're rejecting this, and we're going with what makes sense. Caleb Downs, it is. Welcome to Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, that's a lot of talent.
We're already off to a crazy start, in my opinion. We're at another trade. We got 3 trade offers. At 24, the New Orleans Saints are looking to give us pick 42, 73, and 2027 second round pick.
It's generous, but that second round pick next year doesn't pique my interest as much as a first next year.
Especially with giving us 42 coming out of the first round. No, thank you. Guess who's right back at it? Where you at, crazy guy? The Chicago Bears. You were right. 24 and 25. They want somebody.
The Peter Woods is still on the board. That's probably why they're trying to fix their defensive line.
Exactly what they're gonna do, and they're giving us a third round for next year. I don't know if we want to do it.
No, no, they need a couple more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What other picks do we have? 24.
I would say Peter Woods is like so disruptive that he could justify a top half.
Oh, he's us. We're taking him. I'm taking him.
Yeah.
I'm taking him if he's there for us right now.
Yeah, these trades are not respecting Peter Woods.
Yeah, so we're gonna reject. We're gonna reject, and we're gonna reject, and we're going to select Peter Woods, walk on down. You are officially a Las Vegas Raider. Yeah, buddy. Well, we are still at the top of the second round. Still getting.
We got some serious talent, like kind of like unreal talent. Tyson and Downs and Woods.
I was gonna say we're getting my quarterback. I say we pass. I know we're doing the same thing again. The only thing I change if we are gonna do something.
Are you saying you want to go Ty Simpson? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, we need a quarterback.
We do, and we're right at the top of the second round, so maybe this is a little more realistic. Because I think last mock we drafted him a bit later.
Right, it was a lot later. Well, we're gonna reject this. We know we don't want this. We're not going from 33 to 53. I'm all for having the conversation. I get it. For one, hey, we did this last time, so. But I mean, we need a quarterback.
Yeah, this is realistic, and it's a little more realistic than our mock draft last time, because I think top of the second is kind of right where he goes, like first pick in the second.
Correct. I agree. So, want to do it?
Let's do that. Fill our quarterback need. Now we have excessive talent plus our needs covered.
At some point, we are going to have to pick a quarterback this draft anyway. That's the other part about it. Wow. 2 trade offers. Ty Simpson, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, 36 and 219 for pick 57 and 60 of Chicago. I don't like it.
Nah, because there's a lot of good players on the board right here for us.
God, still got defensive, offensive tackles right there. You still got wide receivers.
Max Isaac there and Christian Miller. Those are both first round guys.
Bingo.
Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, also first round guy. Like,
wow. Look at the haul we're getting from Cleveland. They want our 36th and our 134th pick, and they are going to give up 70th, 107, and next year's second round and next year's third round.
I still like the selections that we have on the board for our team.
I agree. So we're going to reject these. At this point, I mean, we've gotten our quarterback, we've gotten a tackle, defensive tackle, we've gotten our defensive safety, and we've gotten a wide receiver. I like the trenches, man.
What about that Max Einhector?
That's where I was going with it. Pair him up with his boy, Jordan Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Get that chemistry going as far as the offense.
Yeah.
I would be.
Yeah, that's a pick that makes a lot of sense because the upside for Max, I think, worth the right coaching, he could really become like a dominant tackle.
And we need one.
Yeah, his movement skills are high level movement skills.
Oh, absolutely.
He just has to work on his technique,
crazy.
and he'll be there.
Yeah, hopefully you can see this, but his mobility, physicality.
He's super well rounded. Everything is checked. It's just getting the right coaching with him and refining his game. So let's take Max.
Yep. Bingo. Max. Welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. Dang, we got too many high picks, bro. This is just
this is good for us. Like this is this is best case scenario.
It's just unrealistic. So here we are. I wouldn't want to do this just period. From 39 to 91 with the talent that's still on the board. No, thank you.
One of my guys is right there. So yeah, this is all kind of.
And the 49ers from 39 to 58, and a second and a fourth of next year.
Nah.
Yeah. Nope. All right. So
there's two guys that stand out right away. There's obviously Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, but we got Caleb Downs, so I'm kind of good on safety. But Lee Hunter, he's kind of a potential nose tackle that could step in right away and help the defense.
Dude, Texas Tech.
That's a dude.
You already know. That's a hell of a team. Look at his scores, man. Look at his scores.
Yeah, I definitely don't like him as much as McDonald's, but he's kind of a mid-second round pick that I'd be pretty happy with.
Yep, and he's projected in the second round.
Yeah. So
that's what we doing? Lee Hunter.
Let's rock with that. That's a big impact player.
Absolutely. Lee Hunter, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, we got a trade offer. Our pick number 67 for San Fran's 127 and second round for 2027. I don't like it.
No.
Nope. We're going to reject that. Man, I love this cornerback. I love this cornerback. I love this running back too, but it's still too early to pick a running back right now.
And you got your wide out there too, but
yeah,
we got Tyson now.
We already got Tyson, so but I love this corner.
Oh, you like Keontae Scott?
I do like Scott. I do like Scott. Let's look at his.
How does he compare to the other cornerbacks in this similar draft area?
Let's look and see. Defense.
What's his height? It's like he's about 6.
6 feet. He's 6 feet.
6 feet. Okay.
I like his size. Julian Neal, 6'2", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He's right
and
behind.
And then Will Lee.
Will Lee is another good one. 6'1", 190. So you know.
Yeah, I like Will Lee, but these are all good guys. Even the Ohio State guy's pretty solid too.
Heck yeah. 863 RAS score. Very, very good talent.
Yeah, all these guys are pretty nice selections in round 3.
Muhammad is on here too, but he's late. Yeah.
You almost, what's our next pick? Because one of these guys might fall to our next pick.
I agree.
Check on my picks there. Yeah. So 71, one of those guys will fall to 71.
One of those wide corners will fall to us for sure.
Yeah.
Corners out of the question. Where do we go? Do we stick with the trenches?
Is Price available, the running back?
Price, he is.
That's a guy that I like a little more than Mike Washington.
You like him more than Washington, huh?
I do, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, you see Washington's Raz?
Yeah, he had that crazy 40 time. It was pretty unreal.
Everything else is pretty average, though.
I would still take Price at this position, and then take one of the cornerbacks for the next slot, because I think the drop off between Price and most of the other running backs is pretty big.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do it. Darian Price.
Sick. Got the Notre Dame.
To the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, the Jets right back at it. They back up to their shenanigans, man. They won our 71st pick for 103, 232, and next year's third round.
I'm too hyped about one of those cornerbacks falling.
Yeah.
I liked all those guys.
Yeah, me too. And then we also have Atlanta. They want to go from 79 to 71 and also give us their 122nd.
I mean, that's pretty fair. I would say that's actually a pretty good deal, but what cornerbacks are available still is the question.
Right. If we do
Keontae Scott.
They're all there. I would do this deal.
So do the trade back and then take a cornerback?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Wait, not that one.
Oh, that's Jets.
79. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Because 102, or 122, that's pretty solid. You could get a good player there.
Yeah, you can get a great player. We'll accept that one. And here we are, Green Bay. They want our 79.
Huh?
I say no. Our guys.
We're already kind of loaded with picks at this point. I say we just take our cornerback.
Yep, reject. Yep.
And I think we got a little burn because Keontae Scott was taken.
I agree. We going with Lee?
Who's the fallback? Yeah, I'd say Will Lee.
Yeah.
I like his upside. He's long, rangy.
His Raz is high too. Let's do it.
He doesn't take penalties like Igben takes a lot of penalties.
And he plays
Will
in the
Lee's
SEC.
a little cleaner.
And he plays in the SEC. Will Lee, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, we got one trade offer from the Saints. They want our 102nd pick and our 6th rounder next year for their 132nd, 36, and 172 this year. Jesus Christ. They want to give us the whole kit and caboodle, but
yeah, that's pretty favorable for us. But is there good guys on the board here?
yeah. Let's go with all.
Huh. There's a couple of guys, but maybe take that trade back. I don't know. Like,
to 132, we're dropping a whole class. I mean, a whole
ranking.
Yeah.
Maybe check offensive guard real quick, because I think we could still potentially get a guard.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Farmer. That's a guy who I like in that group.
Yep.
But where would he go? Around 150 is what they're saying?
Mm-hmm. I like Cooper, too.
Inez Cooper? Yeah. So maybe if we do trade back, we still got to be able to have a pick to get one of those guys.
Ooh, Farmer.
What's our pick that lines up with that?
With
Farmer, kind of in that range. Do we have one? In my picks? Already?
134. Damn, we got a lot of picks, man.
Yeah, I think we're probably good on the picks. We could take Farmer at 134, so just kind of take some BPAs for the next 2 picks.
All right, so we're going to reject this.
Yeah, reject those.
And we're going to go ahead and take Farmer.
We'll take him in our 134 slot. So whoever's BPA right now on the board, we'll take them.
Wait.
Check the all.
Is it on us?
Yeah, it is. It's giving us the option to draft.
Oh, yeah. Wow, at 102, these guys. So who are we taking?
That defensive tackle, can you pull up his specs real quick?
Darrell Jackson Jr. Nebraska or Florida State. Let's take a peek. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What do you see in there?
Leverage, size, player strength, and power. I mean, they're all 9'3" and above, 9'6".
I guess he must be a nose tackle-ish kind of player. Less of a disruptor.
Gotta be. 6'5", 340. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big dude.
That's a huge dude. What's going on? I'm confused about him. Let me see. Let's look at the defensive tackles. Right? That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
We're at 102.
Yeah, the value, I'm just confused about him. You don't want to necessarily let guys fall down the board that far,
No.
but he's maybe a little redundant because we already took Lee Hunter, but...
Yeah, we got a couple of tackles, and we got Peter Woods.
Yes, I think we're probably good. Well, I really like Trigg. Trigg is kind of a ultra-high athletic tight end, but he's kind of like Bowers in a lot of ways. Michael Trigg.
Yeah. 6'4", 240. Wow. 4-star high school. Wow. Yeah. It's all right.
His big thing is that his flash plays are insanely good, but he also takes plays off, so it's kind of like not so ideal. Is Bryce Lance available, or is he gone?
Who?
Bryce Lance, wide receiver.
Oh, wide receiver. I think so.
Oh, he's gone? Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, he's probably going in the 80s, 90s.
Kendrick Law. Kid from Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Kendrick Law. I'm surprised he's really risen up the boards. I guess he did really well on his testing.
4.3 speed. Yep. Oregon.
Oh, the Tennessee guy's available. Thompson at the top there, Tennessee.
That's Mississippi State.
Oh, that's Mississippi.
Brendan Thompson.
Okay, different guy.
He's a different.
Yeah, I don't know him too much.
I mean, he's got decent numbers, but I don't know him either. That's why I left it alone.
Yeah. The only wide receiver really popping out is Fields and Burks. I really like Burks and Fields.
Burks was, yes, I forgot about Burks. Wow.
He's being underrated. His production wasn't amazing, but his testing is through the roof.
Interesting. Huh.
He's a guy I would target, but
I'm not gonna lie, this is
hard to say when you go.
Huh?
Let's just go farmer. I'd say at this spot, maybe overdraft the guard because I think he is actually going to go a lot higher than where it's showing here.
At 150, we really want to take Farmer at 102?
Well, I'd prefer to take someone else at 102, but I'm having a difficult time making up my mind.
This is tough, bro.
I would say Trig is kind of a really high upside, like football player. Trig, if he's able to get his what's the word? If he's able to like hit his full potential, he's pretty unreal.
So what do we want to do?
I'd go Trig at this point.
There?
Yeah.
Who is this kid, Davis? Oh,
he's a long cornerback.
Yeah, he's got bad numbers, though. He's got a big RAS score, though.
Trig's flash plays look NFL caliber. It's just, will he play that way all the time is the question.
Right. All right, let's do it. Trig it is. Bye-bye, Michael Mayer. Shout out to you. Trig, welcome to Las Vegas Raiders. All right, we are at 117.
Okay, maybe we can get our deep safety here. Bud Clark's on the board. Who else is on the board here? Got a linebacker.
Wow. Matt Dublin?
A center?
Oldman? Yeah. No, he's
I've never heard of him.
Nah, I don't know who it is. Michigan State. Cornerback, Clark, TCU. We're good on.
Oh, Perkins.
Yep, Harold Perkins Jr. Linebacker. Kind of good on life. I mean, we might need an edge.
He's just really small, Perkins. Oh, Overton's available.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We need an edge.
He could play in a 3-4. I think he could play a defensive end in a 3-4. If he's available, I'd take him. I didn't realize he's falling so much.
Yep. At 121.
That's crazy. Yeah. He
probably get him.
He fits that 3-4 system.
No, I agree. We just take him. I say we just take him.
Yeah. Woods and Overton, that's a lot of disruption out of your edges in a 3-4.
Welcome to being a Raider. Another pick. Our trade. Go from 122 to 124 and get 203.
We have so many picks at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
I'd take like Bud Clark at this spot.
Safety.
Yeah, because we'll have Downs playing more in the box role, but we need someone over the top.
Okay, Bud Clark it is, man. Shout out to TCU. Welcome to being the Raider, Bud Clark. All right, we got a trade. Pick 134. And our 7th round pick for Indiana's 148th and 169.
That's a fair trade, but
it's fair.
It just depends on if anyone's on the board that you got to select.
Right. There's some guys here. There's still some guys here. Still see some Texas boys, some Miami boys. You got Nez Cooper. some boys out here still. I would be intrigued by this kid.
Inez Cooper.
Yes.
Is he? He's the top-rated guard remaining.
No. No, he is not. Oh, actually, no, he is. Well, no, I was right. Bo Stevens. Rascal.
Iowa.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. Iowa.
That's hard to say no
Farmer
to.
is still there.
Yeah, I like Farmer.
I like Farmer too. I would take Farmer.
I feel like Farmer fits the Raiders kind of mentality.
Yes.
He's pretty violent.
100%. Farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's definitely a guy I'd like to have on the team.
Heck yeah. Shout out to Farmer. Welcome to Las Vegas. You are a Raider. Bro, we still have 3 more picks. And including next year's second round. This is nuts.
What do we need still? I would say at this point, you might add...
I would look for another wide receiver, tight end maybe.
I'm also thinking maybe a shot at quarterback, just to have 3 quarterbacks kind of competing, and say pass on the bridge quarterback.
I'm definitely not taking Carson back. Klubnik?
Cole Payton's there. Cole Payton's a guy, and Taylon Green. Those are both interesting guys.
Yeah, but he'll be there. He'll be there. They're not coming off the board.
Take him at the next pick kind of deal.
That's what I would say.
So who's available near the top for us?
Texas. Tight end. Jack Andrews. Nothing special. 6'4", 240 though.
Yeah, if we're going for a tight end, I'd want a guy who's kind of a blocking,
right,
like a 6'6" dude.
Right. No, I agree. Totally agree.
We didn't pick up a linebacker, right?
No.
So that Jack Kelly pick right there could be all right.
I was looking at that. He is the
of the bunch.
Yeah,
he's the best.
The one. I would take him. Yep. Shout out to Jack Kelly. Welcome, Las Vegas, son. You are a Las Vegas Raider. All right. Oh, so at 185. Dang. Inez Cooper is still there, bro.
He's fallen.
I don't understand that. VJ Payne, Kansas State safety. Cyrus Allen, wide receiver.
Yeah, unless they're playing special teams.
Sean Singleton, Nebraska.
Oh, he's actually all right. He's a safety.
Yeah.
He's decent. He could play special teams as well.
Right. Boston College, Lewis Bond.
He's a bigger body, kind of 5'10".
5'11".
I think good versus zone.
200 pounds. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Oh, they got Sapp still on the board. The Florida defensive end. I like him.
Wow.
He's strong, super strong. That guy. He would. Maybe we're already kind of overloaded now on the line, but he's a guy I would like on the Raiders in particular.
We were looking for a linebacker. Owen Heineke?
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but we did just get Jack Kelly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe a kicker.
Nah, we got a kicker. Didn't they just get
we signed Gay? Yeah. Well, there's definitely a quarterback I'd like to add.
Quarterback?
Cole Payton. Yeah, Cole Payton.
He'll be there.
Did he go?
Nah, he'll be there. I was.
Yeah, Cole Payton's a guy.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Because I think he could play tight end. He could play fullback. He could play quarterback. He's kind of like the guy who was on the Saints, potentially.
Yep. All right, let's do it.
Who are you selecting here?
Peyton.
Peyton, nice. I like it.
Peyton, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. And one more pick. We got one last pick, man.
Okay. I see Diego Pavia. That's hilarious.
There's no way. Eric McAllister? Wide
Who's
receiver
that?
out of TCU.
Oh, I don't know much about him.
6'205.
There is a guy I can think of for special teams play that would be a selection on wide receiver. That's Barry Brown. Yeah, under wide receiver.
Thomas. Offense. Wide receiver. Darian Brown, LSU.
Yeah, he's a pretty incredible kick returner.
Huh. Romello Brinson. He sounds fast. 6'2", 190. Well, it's our last pick. What you want to do?
Well, we got we got Jordan Tyson, we got Trigg. Those are our two pass catchers. Did we pick up anyone else pass catching wise?
That was it.
Trigg and Tyson, eh?
One running back.
There's a running back I could throw out there as like a complimentary guy, but yeah, Miller's pretty solid. He's got a nice 40 time. He's got blocking as a plus.
I like Noah too from Oregon.
Yeah. There's some guys there in the 7th that are worth dart throws. And I wouldn't be mad at having two young guys backing up Gentry, trying to fight for a position to be that Robin.
You want to go with Miller?
I like Miller. We already have Tyson, so Miller and Tyson, the two Alabama guys, that could be interesting.
I agree.
Yeah, let's rock with it.
Let's do it. Miller, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. And that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have it.
Yeah, the good thing about a Miller pick is I think he could play a lot of special teams as well. Kick coverage, that kind of thing.
Right. 15 players, man.
Yeah. I think this roster could use a big injection of talent, especially at the top end.
That would be amazing, bro. That would be amazing if we could do this. I know we can't.
Yeah, Peter Woods, Lee Hunter. Come on.
Yeah, there's no way.
we got Overton as well, which is pretty unreal.
It doesn't even make sense. None of this makes sense.
Too much value.
Hunter and Woods, dude, that should be illegal.
Terrorizing quarterbacks in the bucket.
Yeah, that should be illegal. Dude, getting Tyson.
That's true number one. That's you don't come by that.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely a real number one and not like Ashton Janty, need a compliment number one. No, he's a real number one. Sorry, Ashton, you're getting this work till you do better. You're getting this work till you do better, son. The reason and this is the real honest truth. What really made me mad in terms of Ashton Janty, the attitude, the premature. Oh, he came out big time, like he was, the best thing since sliced bread.
He was in the Heisman discussion,
I understand, right? But still, the arrogance, I just didn't like none of it. And Peter Carroll just gave him everything.
I think, yeah, Pete Carroll in some ways complicated the Gentry pick because it so much was a signature pick, and the fact that the team flopped really hurts perception of Gentry.
Exactly. Shout out to 805. My God, appreciate you for coming through, man.
805.
Yeah, that was the part that pissed me off more than everything else. You already entitled coming into the league, coming out of the Mountain West, and everybody's giving you all these accolades, this, that, and the third. And then you come in, and now you want to do it your way, like you've been here. You want to do things the way you want to do it, like you already earned an All-Pro. Like, I don't understand that. And I just didn't like the attitude, man. I think if he would have came in humble and just doing what he's supposed to do, and the kid was whining, visibly upset. I need the ball more. Like, that is not legend behavior, in my opinion. It's just not.
Well, we chalk it up to a Pete Carroll season. It was kind of a throwaway. So he's getting a fresh slate, as it were, along with many other players.
Right, a lot of things.
Yeah, we can kind of judge him based on what we see moving forward as like the true baseline. Because the blocking was just not there. Like
everyone keeps saying that, but all I have to say to people is, what special guy had a line?
No, you make a good point. There are guys that would succeed regardless, but
doesn't matter.
Not Gentry.
Nope. And that's because of his style of run, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like
we can make it work. We can make it work.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's like asking Jerome Bettis to be some, shifty, break tackles, for the first 5 yards and a phone. No, that's not the type of runner he is.
No, that's a very good point.
Yeah, same thing with James. He's just not that kind.
And I think our mock drafts have seemingly reflected that. We're prioritizing having a number 2 because we don't want him taking the full workload.
No, we know he can't. See, and that's the other thing. You can't take that workload and then be productive in the playoffs, son. That's just not going to work.
True.
It's just not. You will be a shell of yourself come week 2 of the playoffs when we need you the most.
Yeah, and Price, I think, would be a high-end number 2, so that would be pretty ideal. Similar to what Seattle had going with Charbonnet. Correct, man. That was a high pick too, wasn't it, Charbonnet? He was like a second round or something. He was
a second rounder, I believe you're correct. A high second rounder at that.
Yeah. So these are good investments, especially when running backs get hurt. You need your next man up to be the real deal.
Right. Hey, we got Edge too. Overton, man.
Overton, like Woods will be an edge. Overton is very similar to Woods in that they're disruptive. Maybe they don't have the production numbers, but you can see it on tape, their disruption.
Correct.
And they can play any position. Like they line them up all across the line, everywhere. Out wide, in tight, doesn't matter. Overton and Woods are pure athlete potential. And we have Rob Leonard, so we got to maximize his niche specialty.
Right.
And if he can take a Woods and an Overton and train them together, we won't even we won't even think about Tyree at that point. That'll just be a dream.
Yep. All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Pigs and Turfs. Second official mock draft of 100 that we'll be doing throughout the season, off season.
I really like our mock drafts. Both mock drafts have been pretty
amazing.
A++.
I agree, and I don't think it happened. It's like impossible for that to even work out like for us. Yeah, but hey, if we can get lucky, right? Clock is always right 2 times in the day, right? Something like that. So I'm all for it. Yeah, man, I'm all for it. So yeah, man, I'm hoping that my schedule starts to tone down here after next week. Shout out to my Gopher girlies. My daughter Terry Crump. They have made it to regionals.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they will be competing day 2. And then if they come out of that on Thursday or Friday, excuse me. No, day 2 is Friday. And if they come out 2 out of the top 4 teams of that class, they move on to Sunday. Then on Sunday, they will have to come out, I believe, I want to say the top team. I don't think there's top 2. So it'll be interesting. I'll be in Corvallis, Oregon. So any of my peoples from JUCO, right? My Californians. My boy, I forgot one of my dogs went to Oregon State. Willis. My boy Willis, man, a wide receiver, a little small, fast dude, went to Oregon State, Corvallis. My old coach at Montana State, Jim Milcarry. He actually really cut his teeth at Oregon State. That's another reason why I wanted Fuaga. I knew. Coach told me, yes, that man, real deal, 100%.
A monster.
So I already knew it, man. I already knew it. He's by far one of the best offensive line coaches ever of all time. You heard it from me first. I learned a lot from Jim Milcarry. A lot. So, but yeah, man, that's what it is, man. That's where we are. Hopefully I'll get back on track myself tomorrow. I'm going to try to find a way to force myself to get on this camera and pick up where we left off, right, and see if I can fill some of the gaps in some of these players, do a little bit more research, dig a little further. And I'm trying to get back. Spence, shout out to my guy Spence, Dead in the Water Thursdays. Even Wednesdays nights now. I don't have track, so hopefully we can get the knockout canvas back on track. Shout out to Angelo, Coach Angelo, man. Appreciate that guy. I haven't been able to talk to him that much lately either, but yeah, what you got going on, Pigs? Anything exciting?
On the horizon?
Down the pipe? Yeah. You got any players, anything you're looking to kind of dive into that you haven't had a chance to yet?
In the NFL space, I would say that as far as the draft goes, I would be looking into no, not really. Like it all comes down so much to whether or not we take Mendoza, whether or not like any of these guys will be available, because trade backs, that opens up the door to so many potential players.
Right.
And I don't see us not drafting Mendoza at this point, so it's kind of an awkward space.
I agree. I'm right with you. There's no way we're not drafting Mendoza.
It's like an 85% chance.
Correct.
Which leaves the door open, but it's open just a tiny sliver.
Just a little bit. All right, man. Well, next week, hopefully, turf is back to normal. We won't start early, and pray that I can make it through. This is actually, I could have kept going, actually, but, we are 2 hours in. These things get heavy. And, yeah, my guy's tool doesn't like it too much. No, I'm joking. But yeah, this is a great show as always, man. We will be back next Monday. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. And thank you, Pigs, because you really do your homework, man. You really do your homework, and I appreciate your takes, man. I appreciate your time. This stuff it's very time consuming, man. I enjoy
very much. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate sharing the airwaves with you, and
sweet.
Your unique perspectives. They stand out from the crowd.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch y'all the next time. Till next time, peace. We out.